Hi booktube, it's Gina. Today is Sunday. I'm a little bit off my schedule just because of, life. But I did want to hop on and say hi and let you know what I was up to. I haven't read very much this week. I've read one book. I've got 3 on the go. And let's just jump right into it. This is probably going to be a short video because I've turned all of my little portable air conditioners off and it's going to really get hot in here pretty soon. So what I have finished this week is Emily. This is a book I picked up for Garbagus. This is by Jilly Cooper. It's one of her earlier books in 1975. It was surprisingly untrashy, sadly. No gratuitous sex, no gratuitous violence, blah. What is up with that, Jilly Cooper? It really wasn't very good. So if you are a Jilly Cooper fan, I would love to hear what other recommendations. I think after this short book era, she moved into the big, long, juicy sagas, which she may be more well known for. But this was it was not very good. It was not very well written. The story was kind of blah. But I loved the cover. I had a little bit of a hard time getting this. I ordered it 2 months ago because I wanted to read it for Garbagus. It never made it to me. The tracking said it was lost. So I was like, all right, fine. So I canceled the order, got a refund. About 2 weeks later, the seller reached out to me and said, hey, this was just returned to me. Do you want me to pop it back in the mail? So I said, yes. So she resent it to me. So it took a long time to get this book. And it's a Garbagus book, so it's wonderful. But it just wasn't very good. I am currently reading The Feast by Margaret Kennedy. This was a recommendation by a friend of mine. It was written in, I think, 1947. It was set in 1947. It was probably written a little bit after that. But in Cornwall, right up my alley. And the description says, Cornwall, midsummer 1947. Pendesac Manor Hotel has just been buried in the rubble of a collapsed cliff. 7 guests have perished, but what brought this strange assembly together for a moonlit feast before this act of God or man? And it's a really interesting combination of some snippets from diaries, some snippets from letters, and then some just normal storytelling. I'm only about 88 pages in right now. I also have this beautiful Persephone bookmark that was a present from the same person who recommended this book. And it doesn't go with this book, but I thought that it went with it pretty well. So I grabbed that to use. I am reading this one on paper. I'm trying to not spend the $10 to get it on my Kindle, even though I like to read it on my Kindle, but I'm trying really hard to not buy a paper book and then also buy a Kindle book. Why don't they give you a free Kindle book when you buy a brand new paperback or a brand new hardback? I just don't understand that. And then on my Kindle, I am actually reading this. This is the paper one that I recently bought for Jane Austen July. This is the annotated Emma. Annotated and edited by David M Shapard. And I wanted this because I just thought it would be fun to go through some of the annotations. And I'm about halfway through this on my Kindle. And I love it. The character of Emma is just such a silly, silly girl. But I love her and I love this book. Where is this in my Jane Austen rating? This is probably, let's see, it's not number 1, 2, or 3. It's always either 4 or 5. It flips back and forth between number 4 and number 5 in my rating. But look at that. Isn't that a pretty cover? So about halfway through with that. And then I'm also reading I did get this on my Kindle. Oh gosh. It was a recommendation from Kim at Middle of the Book March. It is a translated crime mystery set in Spain. I'm gonna have to grab the name of it because I don't have my Kindle here and I forgot to look it up. I'm so sorry. I'll pop it down below. And then lastly, what I wanted to show you that I bought, which is not book related, but I've been seeing this. It's been floating around in my head for a while. And so I was in a mood and I thought, you know what? I just want something fun. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. It does need a little bit of assembly, but look it. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? And there are little people. There are, let's see if you can see this. The doors open up and there is a little area for primping. There's a little toothpaste and a toothbrush and a little spot for food. I thought this was so cute. So I'm gonna have to put it together and play with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this, but it was too cute not to buy. I have one bookshelf that is sort of my toy collection shelf. I've got my Woody doll and a Bob's Big Boy Bank and a couple other fun knick-knacky things. I figure if I keep them all corralled in one place, they don't stress me out. If I've got junk strewn all over the house, I get a little anxious about it. So if it's all on a shelf someplace, like a collection, it's fun. So I'll show you this when I get it all put together, but I thought that was adorable. So that's it for me. Not a ton going on this week. Just, the usual. They're still working on my deck. It's still hot. Same old, same old. I have a feeling it's going to be that way for a little while. But it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day. I've just been staying in and trying to stay cool. So I will talk to you later. Thank you so much. Bye.